Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, folks. XSplit just decided to really hose me. Um, Assuming you can even hear this. Hello, hello, hello. Which you can. Folks. Oops. XSplit just decided to really hose me. Assuming you can even hear this. Hello, hello, hello. Which you can. Oops. XSplit just decided to really hose me. Assuming you can even hear this. Hello, hello, hello. Which you can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Why is that still playing out? Can you hear me? Now can you hear me? Woohoo! Right, sorry about that, folks. Welcome. If you're wondering why I'm late, it's because I opened up XSplit. It did something weird, and then when I reopened it, pretty much all the scenes that it holds, that has like where all the cameras and settings and devices are, had disappeared. um, which is a bit of a shitter, really. This software is just junk. I'm moving to vMix very soon, and I will not have to put up with that crap anymore. I did try OBS, but there's a few things in it that are good, a few things that are less good. The first thing I want to do is just check the volume of this game. So I'm going to start it up.
Welcome to the future.
How does that sound, guys? Let me know. Good stuff. Okay, sorry, hey James. So sorry about that, folks. I don't know what to tell you, man. Got a great new laptop. It's all been set up. I used it to stream our tournament, which went really well. Although the laptop did get a bit too hot, so it throttled a bit, which was not so good. The slight bad news is I forgot that TNA has a separate score, so there's no score cam, but that's alright because I don't score very many points anyway, folks, but the scores will come at the end. I've got no way of getting another cam here right now, basically. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, the soundtrack's pretty punchy, I have to say. This is just the warm-up part of it. So I was a bit disappointed because I really wanted to play this game at Pinburgh, and I didn't get a chance. Just one more thing. I haven't had any of my games on since a league meet, and I tell you what, when people come to league meets, man, they've got they're dirty. Touch the bloody... I don't know why anyone needs to touch the glass. Why do you need to touch the glass? Please tell me why you need to touch the glass. It's like people who touch PC screens. They should be taken out and shot. Don't touch my screen! That's why I will probably never ever have a touchscreen laptop, because I can't stand I can't stand fingerprints on the screen. Okay, Pinburgh was awesome. We'll talk a little bit about that as we get going. But let's have a couple of balls. So this game was on the stage, and actually, big fair play to Spooky. So I've got this mat that I stand on because it's easier on my ankles. Fair play to Spooky because they actually shipped their own machine that they use in the factory for Pinburgh. It was on the stage. I didn't go on the main finals, unfortunately. Went in the semi-finals, and then it went on ladies, which was great on the ladies. As you see, the winner of ladies really blow the game up. Or really, actually not blow it up, but show how you get points on this game, which is ultimately about the volleyball. And then I was on the Intergalactic Championship as well. Steve Bowden, I think, was one of the good players of this game. In the quarter of the semi-finals, I can't remember which. I was really looking forward to play this in the tournament and didn't get a chance to. So, let's go. So, the object of this game, really easy. You've got this dial pad. This dial pad opens up this, which is the reactor. And in the reactor, you have to heat the reactor up, which you see on this display, to 99. Then the reactor explodes, or it goes into meltdown, and then it randomly lights a thing on the playfield that you smack, and the reactor blows up, and then you do it all again, and it gets harder because this dial pad becomes less. It's like kind of like there's half of it's pre-populated with the pink versus the purple, and then you get more things you have to hit, and then you have to hit more inside the reactor to warm it up, if you will. The spinner also warms it up once you start the reactor, and then you've got multi-ball using what is now called the Denesi lock, where you stick these balls up here. You can steal it in multiplayer, but it's not a huge tactical advantage. At least I don't think it is. That's it. It's really that simple. Cactus, it's just not, the code's just not finished. You just need to progress the game. Anyway, here we go. Oh, an immediate loss of the ball. And another loss of the ball. As you can see, and this game's set up quite hard. I've kind of jacked it up a bit because I think when you run a tournament, the game should be like jacked up. Yeah, it looks shallow, but it's oh, you mean CC? Yeah, it is very shallow without Cactus Canyon Continued, which is a lot better. Here we go. So once again, apologies for being so late. Normally I'm a little bit late, but that was bad even for my standard. So I'm not doing particularly well here. Right, lock the first ball. Go. It's going to be one of those nights, folks. So at the top here, you got the skill shot is to hit the lanes, and when you hit those lanes, if you hit one, like it's white at the moment, if I was to hit that without touching anything, I'll qualify the reactor right away. If you plunge and then move it, then it basically changes the skill shot to be bonus multiplier. So if you can hit it, if you can get really accurate on the plunge, it can be worth quite a lot. I have to say I'm not that great at the plunge. I either plunge too much like that, or I plunge too little. It's quite a tough plunge. So what I'm trying to do now is lock the ball, but also hit this dial pad. I can't seem to hit anything though. I've used all my skills at Pinburgh. Nah, it's just not going to be a good day, folks. Right, that was kind of a warm-up game. We won't worry about that too much. I don't think. In case you're wondering, I've actually got the camera for this mounted in the ceiling, and I'm going to have a camera on every game. I've got it into a big HDMI switcher so I can kind of switch to different machines quite quickly. I haven't ran all the cables yet, but there's a bit of tidying up the cables, but I'm going to basically have a camera along every single machine. The challenging part of doing that is this camera facing me and then the camera facing the machine. So the recent biggest hitters, which one stands out for me? Well, I have Iron Maiden, I have DI, although it's in my garage, I have Ghostbusters, and I have TWD. Guardians of the Galaxy is an okay game, but I found it quite disappointing. It feels too like Metallica, and it feels too much like kind of Aerosmith Metallica. I don't know why. I actually played that in Pinburgh, and I think I did all right on it. I need to check. I can't remember how I ended up. But the one in Pinburgh, it had what's known as lightning flippers. So the flippers are 1/8 of an inch shorter. I don't know what that is in proper measurement, but 1/8 of an inch must be what kind of that. Which in pinball, I mean, that kind of difference is quite a lot. And it also had virtual lock, so Groot's mouth didn't open. And I initially thought that'll be okay, but actually it makes it really hard because instead of having almost like a scoop toy, you've now got a bash toy. So the ball hits his mouth, triggers the lock, and then comes flying back. and you just have to adjust your play. Yeah, and in the finals they had it, and if you watch Andrei Masenkov play, it's pretty unbelievable watching him play. I was blown away by that. But also watch Keith Elwin, because I think what you see there is someone who, I think Andrei was kind of, he knew the game in a certain direction. Keith clearly, I think, knew a bit more about the game because he was using the button more often. So if you watch that again, watch for Keith using the button. Yeah, I mean, I think all those games you've mentioned, I think if you buy one or you get one, you won't be disappointed. If I was kind of Desert Island Pinball and I could only take one of those games with me, it would be Walking Dead over there. No doubt about it. Where is it? It's over here. You should be able to see it, maybe. Yep, there it is. And that would be the game I'd take with me. It's a hard game. It's fun. When you make progress on it, I feel it's the most rewarding game. Like you just, it kind of, when I make progress on it, I get a high like no other. And it kind of, I think the way that the code's laid out kind of encourages you to risk reward. Many different ways of playing it. Just, but the goal is stay in multi-ball. So let's have another game of this. Preferably a better game than the one we just had. Right, I'm hitting things. Yay! Right, now that I've hit all the Can I get the ball to catch? Cradle, you bastard! Right, here we go. Now that I've hit all the pad, you can see it's now gone yellow, and effectively you've got the start reactor sign. So I want to hit the ball in the scoop. Sounds really easy. It can be quite hard. I got away with it that time. So now it's starting up the reactor. Nice bit of video here. The reactor kind of coming online. And now let me see if I can cradle the ball. You can see now that the digital score in the reactor has come on. So now at the moment it's kind of 0 degrees, and you want to hit that number to 99. And the way that you do that is you can increase it by hitting the spinner. You can increase it by crossing these lanes, but the best way of increasing it is to actually get a ball in the reactor area and let it bounce off a little bit. And I just over plunged that a little bit. The dial, now that the reactor's going, the dial pads come in, that allows you to kind of have a number of reactor jackpots. Here we go, right, so now, you see it's gone up to, I kind of balls that up, but you see how it's gone up to 32, means I've got to get another kind of 60, or 70 rather, for it to get to the end of the reactor cycle. Hey TurboGrafx, good to see you, man, how you doing? Man, Pinball, good to see you, how are you?
Danger.
I did nothing!
Danger.
I am not even touching the game. What's going on? Wow. The tilt bob's bouncing around like you wouldn't believe. I kind of wonder, why is it doing that? Anyway, it's bouncing around a lot. Here we go. Thanks for joining, guys. We're doing a bit of Total Nuclear Annihilation, and I'm showing you how not to play this game. I think I've expended all my pinball energy for the next year at Pinburgh. That's probably a good thing, because as I said, the tilt bob was bouncing around. Yeah, a walnut. I'll phone Tim. Right. It's just, those are the two warm-up games. This is the proper game starting now. Get up there. No. Okay, we got, that's the other thing. This indicator down here tells you in milliseconds, I think it's milliseconds, how much ball save time you've got left. And there is a tiny bit of grace as well, I've noticed. I mean, this game is quite generous. Generous with ball save, which is probably a good thing because I need it. Yeah, there you go. So basically that's unlocked the reactor right away by picking up that skill shot. And now I've got multi-ball going. The thing that multi-ball in this game is very valuable because it lights the playfield multipliers, and if you are watching closely there, you'll see that I've started the reactor. Now the difficulty with this is it's really hard to make shots where you've got 3 balls bouncing about, and then if you try and make shots you lose the balls. Which is a shame because you light up the multiplier. So the playfield multipliers come on when you've got multi-ball, 2x for 2 bulbs, 3x for 3 bulbs, and if you hit the Denesi lot, which is where the jackpots are, you can get 4 balls, you get an add a ball, and the advantage of that is if you destroy the reactor, you get a huge amount of points. So now I'm trying to get the ball into the reactor part. And it just kind of missed there. Actually, I think I know probably why the tilt went, because I did tighten. I kind of, when I'm just playing at home, I don't have the tilt completely loose, but I have it a bit more forgiving. But it was this game was in a tournament for the London and South East. So it's a bit tighter than it normally is. You can see that the reactor's actually cooled itself because, so it was up at about 20 I think, and it's now gone back down to 0. In production, you mean in terms of manufacturing? I think they're about 200. I think they made about 250 of them TurboGrafx. They announced like they're like 1,000th game Spooky this week, which I thought was excellent. But the Spooky guys were like spot on. They loaned Charlie loaned his own game to Pinburgh, which I thought was quite a classy move to make sure that the game was there. There was one on a vendor stand as well, but this is the sort of game you want in the finals, really. Right. Here we go. Ah! So that flipper there, it helps you whack it around a bit, but it's not always as useful as you might think. The other thing that Bowen does is he kind of beats the machine to plunging and tries to control the plunge himself. Right, here we go. Ah! As you can see, if you don't get the ball bouncing, you lose it out the bottom reactor drain pretty quickly. The one thing I will say is Spooky's new game, Alice Cooper, I got to play that at Pinburgh. That's going to be an excellent game, I think. I need to play a bit more, but I think I could easily see my way into getting a hold of one of them. It's got a great play field. It's got a very interesting rule set. It's kind of like an adventure game in pinball. if you like Alice Cooper music, it's great. I'm not a huge fan of Alice Cooper, although there's a couple of tracks that, you know, people know, more well-known tracks that I can live with. I wouldn't buy it because it's Alice Cooper. I buy it because it's a good game. But they had that at the show, and Jack Danger did a stream of it. Unfortunately, they didn't record it, which is a bit of a shame. But he's going to do another one soon, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, I think there is still a wait for it. TurboGrafx. I think it's like about. I think they've sold into the 300s, and they're about 250 now, I think. Right, let's try and do a reactor, shall we? It's definitely going to be one of those nights, unfortunately. To be honest, you know, I'm kind of glad I'm streaming because I'm in my lovely air-conditioned pinball room, and if you're in the UK right now, the UK is seen about a month worth of record temperatures, and frankly, we're just not able. We're not set up for hot weather here in the UK. So everyone's too hot, hasn't slept. It's nice and cool in here, I'm pleased to say.
Please stand by for reactor startup sequence.
Wow.
Reactor online.
Hey Osric, hey Ian, hey Smart, everyone that's joined. Nice to have you on board. This is me trying to play pinball. I have to say I'm not always this bad. I'm usually this bad, but not always this bad. Ah! Boom. So a good score on this game, I think, is kind of 750,000 and above. If you're into the millions, then you're playing really well on this game, I think. I mean, I would go down, if I was 2 hours away from Spooky, I'd pay them a visit. I'd love to go down there. Right, the good news is the reactor is now critical. Now, what does that mean exactly? What that means is there's a siren going round and round. I don't know, you probably can't see it in the stream. Just let me know if the stream's okay. It looks like it's gone a bit slow. Just let me know if it's okay, folks. Now what I have to do is hit this flashing R here. This kind of ends the round, and that's random. It places all over the place. I can't tell if that's playing all right. It looks a bit iffy. Give me one. I'll finish this game and I'll just double check it. So I've now got to hit that R. A good way of doing that is to start multi-ball. Right, so I picked up that reactor and I did it whilst I was in 2x playfield, so I got a decent amount of points for blowing that reactor up. And I've already started up a new reactor. Give me 1 second. Good, I'm glad you hear me. Let's go back into TNA. Try and have a decent game. So I'm trying to hit this, trying to do two things. One, get multi-ball, or lock the balls rather, for multi-ball. The other is to illuminate the dial pad here. I'm not doing a great job of either. Right, here we go. Ah. not playing very well at all today, folks. I'm afraid. Sorry about that. I think I'm still partially jet lagged. I only got back from Pinburgh on Tuesday. Literally plane landed at kind of 7 o'clock. I'd got about 4 hours sleep. Yeah, it's seconds and then points of second, tenths of a second. You're right, not milliseconds.
Welcome to the future.
Starts off as 10, but then now it's in seconds and tenths. Unless you use it, in which case it goes to 0. Hi Patrick, how you doing, man? Good to see you. We're trying to stream TNA and struggling a little bit, mate, but let's see how we get on. I was watching your the VOD of your DI stream. That looks excellent on the direct connect to the screen, man. It looks absolutely brilliant. I need to get my DI set up. It's in the garage. Hey Oz, how are you, man? Thanks to Pinball Live for the host and Bongo for the host. Welcome to the channel. I'm Neil and I'm playing TNA. I'm a pinball guy, a bit of the odd video game. I'm a kind of technical person most of the time. And I'm here at home in my beautiful pinball palace. Did you get to play on the stage, Patrick, at Pinburgh? I was so wanting to play this game as part of the tournament, but wasn't able to.
Reactor online.
Yeah, I think, Patrick, I think we're all a bit burned out from it's kind of Pinburgh drains you physically. You're tired because you're like 8 till 10 and you're drinking beer and you're eating and you're talking and meeting folks and walking around the whole area is just tiring. Then you're mentally trying to play good and you ultimately you choke. I choked the first day. I choked all freaking day, and you put those two things together and it just sucked the pinball out of you. I think how some of those guys played so well after 3 days is kind of beyond me. Yeah, I'm sure, mate. I had the extra challenge of a bit of jet lag, and then I landed on Tuesday, and then I was working Tuesday afternoon, and I was at home luckily, trying to do emails and be on the phone. I was like, I kept dozing off. My wife kept nudging me. Yeah, I haven't played much pinball since getting back from Pinburgh. It's the first kind of real play I've had, and I'm actually opening up Flip Out tomorrow, so I'm going to be pretty tired. Ah, okay. Yeah, it was a great gig though. I loved every minute of it. I really enjoyed it. My wife did the women's tournament. I managed to convince her to do it, and she managed to get a place, and she really enjoyed it. So I was quite pleased about that. She wants to do it again next year. It was just great to see everyone, man. It's like so many people you see them once or twice a year, and it was good to see folks basically. Oh, it's just an unbelievably good tournament. I mean, the organisation of it's brilliant, but then the games that you play, I mean, they're just such a wild choice of games. Some of which kind of you want to set fire to, some of which you want to buy. Like, I'd really like to get a hold of a Sword of Fire. not because I loved it that much, but because it's a kind of a style of a game that I don't have a lot of play. The good news is though, I've managed to get a hold of a really nice meteor from Europe. Right, I got the reactor going. I got 2x. I always find it really hard to keep a pip molly ball going, basically. Yeah, I managed to get a hold of one, and it's in unbelievably good condition. Someone's done all the work on it. I probably paid a bit more than it's probably worth, but to get one in the condition it's in, I can't wait to stream that. I'm going to sit it right next to TNA, I think, because it's kind of similar sort of shape game. Right, I got the reactor critical. Now I have to again hit this. It's gone for the R again. Oh, and I've got mystery. I'll come back and explain mystery in a minute. Once I got this reactor out of the way. Right. Here we go.
Bonus multiplier increased.
I'm trying to fatal the ball. Right, here we go. Okay. I was like, how was it hard on stage? The game. I really wanted to play the TNA with the way Papa set it up, but I didn't get a chance. I just wondered, they probably jacked it right up. Just wondered how hard it was. So I'll just come back to the mystery. If you light up Rad up, as it says here, you probably can't see it on the camera, but it says light Rad's mystery, and then it goes through. It's kind of like Stroke of Luck or Merlin's Magic on Medieval and AFMR. Right, so I got the first reactor done. I need to kind of work on this dial pad to get the second one going. The thing that you can't see, because I forgot all about it, is the score. So the score increments the units by 1, because the game doesn't use it. So you get an increment to say that you've blown up a reactor. Which is a really good idea that came from the community, actually, I believe. So you can tell when someone gets a high score, you can kind of tell how many reactors that they've done. My highest, I got to the 4th reactor. I didn't blow it up, so I got 3 is the highest number of reactors I think I've done. But I haven't played this game as much as I wanted to recently. Oh well, that's good. I mean, it's funny you say that, Osric, because your goal is my goal. Don't come last, and actually. It's punishing to come last in Pinburgh because you get 0 points and it really hurts you. Even just getting, 4 points can be such a big difference in the tournament. And that's where on the first day I think I got 2 zeros, and it was just impossible to recover from that. I got an 11-1, which I was annoyed that I lost out on the 1. Because I was really desperate to get one of those medallions. But yeah, that's the way I looked at it. Just don't come last. But the killer for me was I got to the E final, and I was a bit disappointed about getting to E because I got to C and relatively quite high in C last year. I wanted to. My target was to get into C again. Didn't make it, and frankly, I didn't deserve to make it because I played terrible. And then, so I got into E, I thought, okay, fine, I'll just play this out. And then on the second day, I just got a load of good games that I knew, and I got a lot of, it just went with me. The first game I played, the first round, I was first. I think it was Medieval Madness. And I put a monster score up in the first ball, and that, I think, freaked out everyone that I was playing with. because they all played really badly, but they were ranked much higher than me. And after that, every round where I had the choice, I went first. Because I think if you put in a good ball, first ball, oh, that was rather cool. If you put in a good first ball, I think it gives you momentum, takes the pressure off, puts the pressure on other players. On the first day, I choked. I was like, I had my headphones on, I was trying to calm down, I just couldn't do it. I was just so nervous. It was infuriating, actually. My wife's like, calm down, calm down. She said, don't take it so easy. I'm like, I'm trying to take it easy. And the first round I'm playing with Greg Poverelli was in my first round, so I'm thinking, oh god, and he's a top 100 player, and I'm thinking, how am I going to beat this guy? Actually, he didn't. In the first round, he didn't do too well, unfortunately. He's a really nice bloke though. Hey, Pasty Smasher, welcome. It's good to see you again, man. Yeah, I kind of tend to randomly, I don't have like a regular sort of haunt, but usually on Fridays I stream, playing a bit of TNA. It's good to see you again though, man. Trying to get a freaking ball in that scoop! And then there's the other thing from Pinburgh. I'm going to practice it. I've been doing this literally all day since I got back. Million! I meant to figure out what game it was that was making that noise. But through the whole of Pinburgh, all you could hear was that million! Oh, it was funny. Yeah, there was a few folks talking about it on Facebook, I think. I'll be honest with you, there's some games where you kind of know what to do, and you can execute it. So I'll give an example. Medieval Madness, I know how to get a score on that. I go castle, 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 and I try to bring in the loops. And when I've done the first castle, I go for the castle multi-ball, and I know how to play that game. There's no pressure on me, but if you've got like something a bit more complicated like Ghostbusters, again, I know what to do in Ghostbusters. Use the skill shot to start a mode, walk through the mode, get the multi-ball going. But on Ghostbusters, it's much harder to do the bits of the mode and get multi-ball going, and I choked on it. I played probably my worst game of Ghostbusters ever. And it was in the second round of the finals. Like, there's two games I played really bad on that I didn't know, and I was cool with that. But I thought, Ghostbusters, I should do well in that. I played like a complete chump, and that was because I was trying to do quite something that I've done at home on occasion, not always, but on occasion. And I couldn't. I couldn't. That's attack from Mars going. I couldn't execute what I normally do on it, and it put more and more pressure on. I just played worse and worse. Sometimes, just relax and controlling the ball, you know, flat hit here, hit there. Don't be too worried about every single bit of detail in it. Can actually help you a better score. There's a couple of games like I hadn't played Demolition Man, got a huge score on it. I hadn't played Jackpot. Is it the third one? The one with the DMD. I think it's Jackpot. Put a huge score on it. I didn't know how to play the game. So having the tactics and being having the I'm in the arcade now, which hopefully you can see a bit of it, probably not all of it, but yeah, it's been up and running a couple of months now. It's so good to have a bit of space to play games. I'm very lucky. Anyway, let's play more of this. But yeah, having a strategy, it's useful to know it, but you got to be able to execute it, and sometimes that can put on more pressure. I really got into the solid state games. I really loved playing them because they're simple but they're challenging, and it's a bit like this game really. And when I was at Pinburgh last year, the first time I went, I really liked playing the solid state games as well. And Meteor, I really fell in love with that. I'm super glad I've got a hold of one. Red speaker light says Batman 66. Actually, let me. Is that the game that you mean? Let me just check. Yeah, so over on that side, I've got Iron Maiden and Batman 66, and then on this side, I've got Star Trek, Ghostbusters, Walking Dead, and World Poker Tour. Alexa, turn on World Poker Tour. I don't know why that didn't come on. Alexa, turn on World Poker Tour. Alexa is useless when there's any other sort of sound. It's not coming on. Hold on. It's infuriating when she doesn't work. I've got all the games on sockets so you can turn them on and off. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Gosh. There we go. No, it's Walking Dead Premium. When I wanted to get an LE, but I missed the original wave of it, and the LEs were going for crazy money. So I just thought I'd get a premium. Same game, and it's great. Although I've modded it a lot. I've got the blood armor on it. And I've got coloured DMD LED, I've got Ganassi bicycle girl mod, I've got a bunch of things in it, and what else have I done here? I can't remember what else I've done here, a few other little things. It's a great game, I love it. You've got a pro, hey! Rudy mate. Listen, you mentioning the women's tournament was such a big help, and Mandy played it and she loved it. She didn't do brilliant, but first time she really ever played. Really appreciate that, man, because I wanted her to do it because even if she didn't do well, I knew that she would enjoy it, and she loved it. And she got to meet a lot of the Pinburgh women, which was cool. And she really enjoyed it. She wants to do it again next year, so thank you for that. Yeah, no, you and Jack and Megan actually, I kind of teed it up by saying, "How, tell her to do it," and I got her registered. So nearly didn't happen actually. They had 2 places, and she didn't get in. She was quite relieved, so I'm glad I didn't get in. But then another place came up. They miscounted. And Megan came running and grabbed us, and she started playing, and she got a bit unfortunate because she got the same hard bank with this for a bank. AC/DC, okay, that's not bad, you didn't play that game. Bounty Hunter, holy turd, that's a hard game. And Solar Fire. Talk about 2 hard games to get in a bank. She got that twice. On the other stuff, she did really well. Her first game playing an EM, player 1. She never played an EM in her life before. She came second in the round, and she really enjoyed it. She didn't have a clue what she was doing except whacking the ball, but that was awesome, basically.
Welcome to the future.
I got Bounty Hunter in the E final, really, and it crushed me so much so that I want to buy one so I can master it. It crushed me so badly. I just could not play it. I think it's a good game, but unfortunately, I think there's very few of them around. I mailed everyone on Pinball owners to see if they wanted to sell it, and they all came back and said no. So I'm going to be very lucky. But I did manage to pick up a Meteor. The other one is Solar Fire. That's a seriously hard game where you gotta keep the ball up in the upper playfield and tap those drop targets. It's like a tiny game of pinball in the space of kind of like a little box where you're just trying to not hit the ball too hard, take those drop targets down, not lose it down below, try and rack the points up with those drop targets. Holy moly, that was hard. I got the hang of it, but by the time I got the hang of it, it was kind of too late. And then I got Ghostbusters, and the less we say about Ghostbusters, the better. I almost set fire to mine when I got back because I played it so badly. James, where did you buy your Walking Dead from? And where are you picking it up from? I tell you, if I had a Walking Dead coming, I wouldn't be waiting to get it. I'd be like hiring a van and going and getting it tomorrow. You're gonna love that game, man. How much did you buy it? Is it used or where did you get it from? It's quite a hard pin to get a hold of in the UK because one, because there wasn't that many of them imported, and two, because no one wants to let go of them. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to get Meteor, mate. I'm so looking forward to playing that game. It's such a cool game. I played it in the Pinburgh last year and fell in love with it, and I've been trying to find one, and I found one, but it wasn't in great condition. But I managed to find a really nice one. The thing I like about Meteor is it kind of, the pulsation is, as you get more score, it gives it. It's really cool, man. How much was it, James, out of interest? I've actually got... Ah, okay. Yeah, just be wary that Walking Dead will... it will frustrate you, it will excite you, and it will take up lots of your time. My most played game is Walking Dead by a mile. And you can see it if you look at all my games, even some of the older ones I've got. The one that's obviously got more play on it is Walking Dead.
Reactor unlocked. Select scoop to start reactor.
That's not that's not a bad price for Walking Dead, mate. And to be honest with you, you know, depending on how long you keep it for, if you kept it for a year, you probably get the same money back, I reckon. Ah! Ooh, will I get it? No. Just missed out on the adder ball there. Damn you, adder ball.
Super spinner initialized. Ball 2 locked.
Trying to get this reactor. Oh, that was interesting. The ball moved, but didn't hit it hard enough for the drop to drop. When games start losing money is when you least expect them to. It just depends on the title. Something like Walking Dead, you know, here in the UK there's not a lot of them. And when they come up, they're always in reasonable demand. Okay, I got the adder ball there. That's still can't get it in the freaking scoop.
3x double jackpot.
Yay!
Reactor online. 2x jackpot.
That was a bit of a shame because
Critical.
would have been great to get the reactor on.
Knocks a list.
Yeah, it just depends on the game, James. Some games never lose money, some games lose like loads of money. Like Dialed In, released here in the UK, doesn't seem to be doing that well. I picked my Dialed Up in like almost $2.5 grand cheaper, and the game's got like 50 plays on it. And it was on the forum for sale for a while. Come on, yay! Reactor destroyed, hooray! Ah. That's not a bad score. I think I'd say that it probably will, mate.
Match.
Yay! I got a free game. So I got 814,000 on that. I know you can't see the score because I'm an idiot. I do need to try and convince Mr. Danesi to put a broadcast mode in that puts the score on the screen. He probably won't do it, but I'm going to ask him.
Welcome to the future.
It would just save having to have one camera. Yay!
Number 1. Reactor unlocked.
So as you can see, I pulled that skill shot off, so the reactor's ready right
Please
away.
stand by for reactor startup sequence.
Yeah, it's not in game though, James. Okay, the reactor shot I now need to hit is this one here, which is the destroy target next to the scoop. An easy one, but one that you can lose the ball on.
Danger.
Ah. Right, how are we getting on? See if we can get a second reactor done. Well, that's not going to help, is it?
Full save.
Ah! Yeah. I don't think there's a better light show in Pinball than this. Walking Dead Premium probably comes a close second. Although I don't know if you guys saw the Pin Stadium on the TNA, but it looked freaking terrible, man. Holy moly. There's some games that Pin Stadium's very good for. There's some where it's really bad.
Please stand by for reactor startup sequence. Reactor online. Danger. Pinball locked.
Ah. That was a shame. A few more games yet.
Welcome to the future.
The plan is to stream Mafia from Pinfest. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna try and stream it. I don't know how much of it we'll get to stream though. I'm gonna stream Thunderbirds and a couple other games. And Tim's doing the streaming of the tournament, which I'm also gonna help him with a little bit as well, I think. Yeah, I have to say, Rudy, I'm not that convinced about it either, but I always like to try and... I always try to play a game before I give an opinion on it. And then I give a very strong opinion. This is shit! Oh. Got lucky on ball save. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's too expensive for what it is. I've made that point to them. No one's paying more for a game. You know, it's more expensive than Iron Maiden. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? It's the same price as this. At least here in the UK, it's the same price as TNA. I mean, it's good that these guys have built something, but kind of my frustration in with some of the pinball suppliers is, yeah, you can build anything you like, but you've got to be able to sell it. And if you price it to something that high, who's buying it? I mean, yeah, there's collectors that'll buy it, I'm sure. Maybe, maybe not. Is it collectible? It's not obvious to me that it is hugely collectible. I mean, if it's a good game, you know, they could be alright. But the other thing is I don't know if you've seen, is it Pinball Circus that have got that Capcom game? It's a Mafia. It's not Mafia. It's something like that. It's a Capcom game that never got made or something, or a remake of a Capcom game. And it's a really good remake. It's really good. They had it in Texas. It was excellent. Kingpin, that's it, mate. Yeah. I don't know what the status of that is, but that was I played that. I thought it was excellent. Yeah, it's obviously an 80s game, and they haven't done like, you know, what the guys have done with Attack from Mars remake. They haven't gassed it up so much, but I loved it. I thought it was an excellent game with some good rule set, addictive play. It was quite fast and it really moved. I don't know where those guys are in releasing that game, but I thought that was pretty decent. Yeah, I never played the original, Rudy. I don't think there's any of them here in the UK. I'd be amazed if there was. But the remake was brilliant.
Mystery award lit.
Right, here we go. Right, here we go. That was a scoop shot, honestly, it was. $1 million!
Please stand by for reactor startup sequence.
I don't know what the US prices are, but here in the UK it's about I think they're saying £6,400. But it works out, I mean, it's the same, here in the UK it's the same money as Iron Maiden, basically. I tell you what, I got banned from the topic on Pinside. So I'm a big Thunderbirds fan, a big Jerry Anderson fan. And actually, I think the game is a basic game. It's not too bad. I wouldn't buy it, I don't think, but I'd buy it for the theme, except for the artwork. is horrific. Look at Scott Tracy on the playfield, right? I've got to interview this guy, so I probably don't want to upset him too much, but whoever they got to do the artwork did a really poor job of it. And as a Thunderbirds kind of, I've got Thunderbird 2 model and shit like that. As a potential collector, to see the artwork being so bad, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna buy it for an artwork that looks nothing like the Thunderbirds puppet. And the thing is there's enough artwork of them out there. I can't remember if DC or Marvel did comics for them. There's no reason for the artwork to be bad, other than the artist was shit. And Scott Tracy, who flies Thunderbird 1, it looks like he's been out eating all the pies. He looks absolutely terrible, and I couldn't believe it. I played a little bit of Thunderbirds at Pinburgh, but you know, it's not a bollocks. It's not the most complex game, but I thought it was a kind of basic game for $4,000. I think it was bad. The thing about Thunderbirds that I thought was really bad was the D&D, because I think it really dates the game, because it looks like an 80s D&D. Why there's not a colour screen in there, I find staggering. In this day and age, I just think that it's kind of a must really now. It's what people expect. And a colour LED like the one that Colour DMD do, it's only about $100. They should be able to fit that in the bill of materials, in my view. So he's using Ben Heck's board, really? So we got this thing called Pinfest, UK Pinfest, at the end of August, and I'm streaming and interviewing the guy who's the Australian guy who's behind Home Pin. He's a bit of a prickly chap, let's say. So if he's ripped off Ben Heck's board, then I'm going to be asking him, have you ripped off Ben Heck's board? Ah, okay. So that makes more sense. Is that what was in America's Most Wanted then? Is it the same board? Because that's black and white as well, isn't it? Monochrome. That was shit. Fucking simultaneous. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fascination is for people to create their own boards in some ways. When you got P3, okay, it's more expensive for sure because they're making money out of it, but now P3's got such a install base. I don't know what the big, if you're making a few hundred games, I don't know why you'd want to build your own board set. It just feels nuts to me. That was shit as well. I gotta hit the D here, which is actually quite a tough shot. It reminds me of the drop target shot in Walking Dead. I do like Ben Heck. He's quite a smart, funny guy actually. Oh, nearly. This D shot is so freaking hard. Ah! Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare shot. I think the only time I've hit it is when I've had like a lucky rebound on it. I don't think I've actually ever hit it myself. I've committed the cardinal sin of touching the glass. I had a league meet here just before the weekend before Pinburgh. Every single glass on every single game is covered in fingerprints. I don't know why people need to touch the glass. Don't touch the glass! It's like don't cross the streams in Ghostbusters. Don't touch the glass! Get up there.
Reactor unlocked.
Well, that was a shocking game.
Player 2, welcome to the
Oh, I don't
future.
want to. Started a two-player game.
All one, right.
Ah!
All teams locked. Danger.
Yeah, no, I know, Patrick. I used to have that running on my Mac, but I just changed to a new laptop, and I haven't really spent time getting it all tuned up. But I am going to do that. Because it sounds excellent through the HDMI.
Maintain. Reactor unlocked.
Ah! See, when you're doing that, Patrick, are you keeping the mic out of the range of the speakers? So I'm always worried that you get like an echo effect from the game sound and the HDMI sound.
All one, right.
Yeah, okay, alright. I just heard this fucking noise in the room. I thought, what the fuck is that? And it's fucking Star Trek Next Gen. Patrick Stewart doing Space the Final Frontier. Holy shit. I thought there was some random Joe in the room.
Please stand by for reactor startups.
Yeah, I think I that's what I did before, but there was one time where I couldn't get away from the echo.
Reactor online. All two right.
Yeah, okay.
Reactor critical.
Yeah, I've seen that on OBS. I need to go back to using OBS because XSplit screwed me again today. Fucking shit that it is.
Reactor jackpot.
Ah. Ah,
Select the left scoop to start reactor.
that was a decent jackpot there.
Level 1. Reactor unlocked. Skill shot complete. Please stand by for reactor startup sequence. Reactor online.
There we go.
Full bar locked.
Ah! Screwed that up a little bit. Come on! Ah! I'm trying to get the ball up to the... I knew that was coming. Trying to get the ball into the reactor. Oh. Okay, last game for tonight, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. That's not a bad score. I got 2
Welcome to the future.
plus 500k scores. I've done much more than that, but I kind of readjust myself to what score do I need to win this round. Ooh.
Danger. Danger.
Oops. I knew that was coming. I need to have a look at my tilt bob because it's bouncing around.
Danger.
Yeah, I adjusted it and it's unadjusted and it's kind of a bit dangly.
Level 1. Skill shot complete.
Oh, that was lucky.
Please stand by for reactor startup sequence. Reactor online.
Ah! I think the week of coming back for the US has just drained me of all sorts of energy. Ooh. Here we go. Damn it! Right, folks, I'm calling it a night there. Thanks for joining, everyone. Good to see so many on tonight, really appreciate it. Sorry about the start of the stream being a bit flaky. Just need to spend a bit of quality time on my new laptop and get it all tuned and tickety boo. I will see you, Patrick, Rory, Tim, James, and everyone else that joined. People I missed, Oz. It's great to have you here. And my next stream, maybe something on Sunday. Bit of maybe Attack from Mars on Sunday, or something else. Maybe they'll stream a Bride of Pinball. I've never streamed my Bride. Maybe do that. Have a good night, folks. And remember, it's just a game, so enjoy it. Take it easy, everybody. Have a nice one.